Hello, and welcome to the Mile High Game Guys interview thing. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah. Adrian's much better at those intros than we are.
we know Adrian here. We're with Jamey from Stonemaier Games.
Stonemaier Games, yeah.
The wide world of Scythe, Charterstone, Viticulture,
Euphoria.
Yep. My Little Scythe now.
My Little Scythe.
Not the designer, but I publish it. And Between Two Cities.
Yes. All of these games that we have and haven't played yet.
Yes. I'm glad to see that our last interview made such a big impact that you're like, we got to do it in the Denver room this time.
Yep, you guys inspired me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's new this year?
Well, the two things we announced it a while ago, but the two Gen Con releases are the Rise of Fenris, which is the end of the Scythe expansion trilogy.
Yes.
And My Little Scythe, which is a family-friendly, I don't want to say version of Scythe. It uses Scythe mechanisms and some new mechanisms.
Right.
It's got an 8-page rulebook compared to the 32-page rulebook for Scythe, so it's very streamlined.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a little easier to digest.
Yes. Yeah.
As is might be known famously to some of our listeners, it was a fan creation that this came out of.
That's right. Yeah.
How did that happen?
I'm very involved in the Scythe Facebook group, and every now and then a fan creation will pop up. And usually I see people talk about it for a couple of days. A few people try it out, maybe continue to comment every now and then. This happened with My Little Scythe, but people kept talking about it. And it was in that group, it was in the Board Game Geek group, it was all these different groups, and I kept seeing it week after week. People kept talking about it. Press covered it. I never see press covering fan creations.
Right,
that never happens. And so finally I reached out to the designer, who had contacted me originally to ask if it was even okay for him to share it.
And as being the nice person you are, you're like, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I finally reached out and I said, I'd love to try this. I'd love to see what you did here. I want to see if it's different enough from Scythe. I want to see if it's fun. And maybe we could do something with it.
Right.
And it absolutely delighted me. I was just delighted by this game.
Nice.
So we first checked with Hasbro to see if it was a My Little Pony theme.
Right,
yeah. Yes, I remember it was a My Little Pony originally. Yeah. It was because his daughter was a big My Little Pony fan.
He had designed it with his daughter.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And Hasbro wasn't interested, so we decided to put our own version or spin on it. Yeah.
It's like, no, thank you, though.
It was a very hard no, but it was polite.
Yeah,
that's
polite.
Good. Yeah.
Cool. And you have the Rise of Fenris out here.
That's right.
The Legendary box.
We did have some Legendary boxes. They were all sold through pre-order. That's something that continues to surprise me. I made it in like small batches.
Oh yeah. No, if there's something I've definitely the smash up and like so many things have like, oh, you want us to sell you a giant box to hold all the things. I guess we'll do a little bit. Everyone's just like, oh no, please, I want to just throw you my money.
I've just realized I own two.
Yeah.
I own Mystic Vale Conclave and the new Star Realms Ultra box.
Yes.
And I just realized I am one of those people.
Yes.
I've been waiting for the Legendary box. I haven't bought an insert for my Scythe yet.
Okay.
Because it keeps growing, and now I know it's done.
Yeah.
I can finally invest.
Yes.
Or just wait for him to buy that, then be like, you know what, I got one last idea.
One more thing.
Yeah. One more thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I of course went on in the Artist Connoisseur edition,
so
I get to keep my lid, my nice numbered lid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Scythe still keeping on.
Thank you for being there from the beginning. That's awesome that you're the original backer.
Oh yeah. I came in from Jakub. Yeah, I almost there.
It's the one you didn't have, Jeff.
I've always seen his art for years on like 4chan is where I found it.
Right.
When he's been doing it for decades at this point. And then I was like, oh, there's a game with his art. I need to have it.
Yeah.
And that's why I went all in on Artist Connoisseur. Yeah. Fun story.
Yeah. Game almost an afterthought, but it worked out well for you.
Yes, it did. It only ended up being one of the most successful Kickstarters of all time.
At the time.
Whatever that Cthulhu Nightmare that came out.
Right.
Yeah. So how's Fenris?
How is Fenris? Fenris is it's a campaign expansion.
Yes.
Do you guys play campaign games in your group? Or?
Many of them.
So just a future question.
Yes.
We just finished Charterstone 2 hours ago.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So that'll be coming up later.
Yes.
Nice. So you do play some campaign games.
Yes.
It is a campaign expansion. It plays 8 games. There's a lot of discovery elements to it. People have confused it a little bit with a legacy game, which it has some of those elements, but it does not have permanence. So it is not a legacy game. You can reset the campaign and play again if you want. But it is also fully modular, so people who don't have a group to play campaign games, they can open it up out of the box, break up different parts of it, and mix and match different modules from the very start. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, it seemed like it was easy, like because there was no legacy items, there's nothing to tread, and so you can just box it all back up, and you can just play the campaign again.
That's right. That's right.
That's nice.
There also isn't a lot of rules overload. Like, you're not carrying all the rules from one episode over to the next. Each episode stands alone. There's a few little things that carry over, but they're not rules. They're usually tokens that carry over.
Yeah.
So you could. It's the type of campaign that you could revisit after a number of months and not feel like you have to go back and relearn everything.
Oh, that's
you're
good.
just learning that one specific episode that you're playing that day.
Cool.
Yeah.
We reviewed Euphoria over the last year, which I feel has kind of fallen behind a lot of the other crazy stuff that's been happening, because Euphoria came out in 2015?
Right at the end of 2013 was the Kickstarter delivery, and then 2014 for most people.
Gotcha.
So we decided to get right on there and review it.
Yep.
Okay, you're right on time.
We are excited for the expansion pack. We liked the game, but we want more.
That's what the expansion is.
Yes.
It's more stuff.
That's good.
Yes. Do you have any news on the expansion at all?
I don't have any real news. Okay. I know we are done. The art is finished. We need probably one more wave of blind playtesting to make sure the new recruits and the new markets are balanced.
Okay.
It's been in the works for a while. Eventually, originally it was a much bigger expansion, and it didn't go over well in blind playtesting. So we're like, okay, let's pull this back. Let's focus on the core, the stuff that works in the main game. Just do more of it better of it, more interesting of that stuff. So the news that I don't have is when it's coming out. I just know where it is right now, and hopefully it'll come out. It'll come out in 2019, I think. Although I've said that every year.
I believe I have Q1 2019 written down.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and put a period on that. It is
It's right there.
That's for sure. Okay, let's set it in stone. I gotta do it now. It's on a napkin.
Yep. That brings us to my favorite thing that I did this year. I went to Geekway. I saw you wandering around in Geekway. It's easy to spot with the orange T-shirts.
Yes. We saw the one copy of My Little Scythe get brought back to the library, and then someone is immediately there to be like, and I'm checking this out. Okay, and it's back out.
We saw it played kind of nearby us for a little while. I think we were playing Black Orchestra.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Which is one of my favorite games of this year, that's for sure.
I'm sorry we didn't get in the game there. I love to play games with random people out of town. So let's make, if you come this year, let's definitely make that happen.
Definitely sounds good.
Adrian, Zach, and our friend Paul went last year. Okay. I got dragged along this year.
Okay.
We drove out.
Yeah.
From Denver, which was fine.
Yeah. I think about St. Louis is our limit for driving.
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't drive this year to here.
Okay.
And it worked out better.
It's a 20-hour drive?
It was 16, I think.
From here to Denver.
Yeah.
Okay, so St. Louis is only 13 or 14?
Yeah.
Something like that,
So then I had Southern fried chicken.
Southern? Oh, did you like it?
I love it, absolutely.
Okay, good.
It was
He did make a mistake, though.
I went hot.
Oh, no.
I'm a lover of spicy. It wasn't so bad that it was...
that wasn't the problem. That wasn't a mistake.
It was what it did to the internals for days afterwards.
Especially because, some places you're like, oh, let me get a side of sauce or whatever, and it's like, it's a sauce meant for dipping.
Yes.
I went medium, and I was like, oh, can I get a piece medium, piece hot? I was like, sorry, we can only do... Can I just get medium and then a side of hot? And then I was just dipping in the hot.
And that's not a sauce made to be like, oh, let's have it with other, because it just went right through his system.
Many times.
Yeah.
You were bold. The first time I went there, I got mild, and that was. I just go original now. I don't even because I like their spice profile. There's that I can't handle that sauce.
I need to have that. It was the first time I'd ever had like a southern Nashville hot chicken sort of style before.
And we've been talking the ever-loving crap out of it
for about a year.
Yeah, for about a year.
Yeah, so
because it's just be like, Geekway is coming up. Really, we're there for the southern chicken, and then I guess we can play games too.
And we got to explore downtown St. Louis a little bit in that area, like Chestnut
Urban
Brewing,
Chestnut.
Urban Chestnut Brewing.
Yeah.
That was
massive
area.
Yeah. I work for a brewery out in Denver, Epic Brewing. and that was a crazy huge tap room. I'm used to the crowded downtown 30 breweries within a half mile.
Right.
That was an impressive tap room.
It is a nice place. Yeah, their food is pretty good.
With very wide chairs.
Yes. Those benches. Yeah.
Benches. The benches are
big
about
picnic tables.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're about 4 feet wide for the bench.
So for your listeners, if you come to St. Louis, these places are a lot of fun to go to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
St. Louis doesn't suck as much as you think it does.
That's our motto.
Yes.
Yeah.
They put that on the sign as you enter the city.
Yeah. Not as bad as it was, huh?
Yeah. Not so bad.
Yep.
As you leave.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad, was it? Yeah, on the
Yeah.
sign as you leave. That's good. So you finished Charterstone 2 hours ago. Tell me the story behind that.
We were like, oh, we're doing the interview thing again,
Yep.
and we would like to talk about Charterstone. That was one of the biggest releases over the last year for them. So we sort of powered through it.
We did it over 4 sessions.
Four total sessions, 4 games. 3, 2, and 2.
No,
does that add to 12?
It was 4, 3. It was 4. I think it was 4, 4, 2, 2.
4, 4, 2, 2.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Okay.
We played 4-player.
Okay.
What's your opinion on player counts? Because we're all over the place. I love the Automa.
Okay.
I think that is required to play if you only have less players. You want the Automa to be in there. There is the option to not play with the Automa.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
As a designer, I am a little biased here, but I'll give you my biased answer. I designed the multiplayer version of it to be, in my opinion, to be fun and functional from 2 to 6 players.
Okay. Yeah.
Without Automa, because it has the automated building mechanism of even for every inactive charter at the beginning of the game, you probably add a building to their charter if they have space.
Yes.
But you do have less bumping, less player interaction at lower player count. But 4, I think, is a pretty good sweet spot to stop using Automa. Did you play with it or without it?
We played the first 2 games without, because then I think you unlock it there.
Yeah.
And then we played the 3rd without it.
Okay.
And then I was like, we are playing with the Automa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want that extra interaction?
Yes,
that
is
there?
absolutely.
Okay.
I didn't think
Because we did like you said, we did the first one without it, where we just had the 2 buildings, and he was like,
Yeah.
I need. Well, and also this is also the point where we had built a lot of buildings, but we didn't keep the charter cards.
Yeah.
And so they were showing up a lot, and it was like, oh, we have to spend time to go grab it, and versus having the Automas opening it.
I was worried of everyone being focused on their own stuff and I want to have my synergies and not be like, I want to build the pumpkin thing.
Right.
And that's what I wanted the Automa to do, because they'll just sort of get it and then put it out there.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much space.
Right.
It's a tight game.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Automa does play, and you're pretty much just drawing a card and doing a quick thing, and you're done with it. So it doesn't add a lot of mental overload.
Oh no, it was very quick. It was it was sort of nice that it was 3 people, and then Yellow was one of them, and then Jeff, and then
It was purple, green, yellow, and I was in between the 2 AIs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we sort of controlled them. The other 2 players didn't have to worry about it, which was good for us, for them.
Yes.
Because they had enough stuff with their 18. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I would recommend anything less than 6 players to play with that.
Okay.
But what was your end opinion on it?
For those guys, overall, I thought they were nice. I think it's sort of like you said. It didn't seem like they needed to be. I think it was. I think in the rules you mentioned you could bring them in for a game or 2 if you want.
Right.
I was thinking something like that. It was get them to open up the stuff that we don't want, that we don't care about. Like you said, the pumpkin ones and the very low level ones, and then get rid of them for a little while. Let us keep doing.
Yeah.
Just because there were definitely times when, at least once or twice, they just covered up one of the things that we really needed.
Yeah.
One of the things we needed.
One of the things that builds minions.
Yeah.
They were just and the cat is gone.
Oh.
Because it was just because you build on the Automa card, and it was just happened to be the
cheapest
second
one.
most expensive or whatever A to Z.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a good game. So I think a lot of people hit game 9 around the same time we did from the group. Jake from Draft Mechanic had hit it, and we were all just chit-chatting about our campaigns and stuff like that. The downside is we played game 9 at a bar off the side of an Alamo movie theater, and we had to find a fireproof surface. Which it does not come with.
It does not.
It does not. What was the thought behind putting a candle in the game?
Minor spoilers. To the listeners. Real spoiler warning.
We have timestamps for which I need to write down.
Timestamps that he's not using.
Yes. For minor spoiler areas.
Right.
So.
I would say probably the biggest motivation is that I wanted a memorable component. In fact, the campaign is largely about memorable moments. I wanted a lot of that stuff, but I wanted a component that truly was legacy. Like a lot of tearing up cards, you can just decide not to tear up that card, but for that component. You pretty much. Well, I'll just say. You need to light the candle. And you cannot use it again.
Right.
It's not meant as a destructive thing. It's meant as you just can't use that in many games.
Yeah.
Because then you have to, if you had that component in the game, you'd have to include a ton of them, or tell people to buy their own. In this case, it's not the case. It's one-time use. So to get that, to truly use that permanence, it's a component that uses permanence.
Right.
Yeah.
That was definitely memorable.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
So it could go out. If it just went out, you would hit the moment. If you got one of the black cubes, it would hit the moment. But I've heard you can just blow it out on someone else's turn, and it's like, haha, it went out on your turn.
The rules do not say. It says that the candle goes out for any reason.
Yeah.
What happened in your group? Did someone blow it out?
Well, so what happened is, obviously, like he said, we had to borrow a lighter to actually get it.
Yes.
Our friend he misread it, and he thought he just had to blow at the candle
when he picked up one of the
cubes.
Oh,
so
okay.
he was
we were like, "What do you have?"
Yeah, I was like, "You're picking up," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna get it," and he goes,
at it,
and then Paul's just like, "Come on, David." Like he blew it out,
and then he got really mad.
David got so mad
because he's like, "You just have to blow on it, not blow it out." And we're like, "No, you blow it out."
And then we're like, all right, we need to go get that lighter again.
But had we thought about it, Paul would have just been like, "Yeah, it's your turn." You blew it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the rules, that would have.
Exactly.
I've heard some conflicts over this.
And I remember hearing the Dice Tower review. I think they went on a rant about how it's a gimmick, but I bet they will remember that.
Yeah.
And even like it or dislike it, they won't forget that moment happened, and that's.
Yes,
I'm happy for that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I did really like that one. Although I did find a little annoying. It was the Automa. They're the ones that first did a fuel shortage just to
Yes.
So they were, and we're like, but we wanted to see if we could keep it.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh man.
Yeah. So that was the one that got the King's Wrath or whatever happened that session.
The King is generally an angry dude anyway. You can't really help that.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
We're going to try and pack that in the last 5 minutes with the real heavy spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to Scythe.
Yes.
It's getting a full Steam version.
That's right.
That's early access right now.
Yeah. I've mostly just served as kind of a consultant to that.
This looks like my game that I made. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks right.
Yeah.
Is there a star in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah.
And so that's a collaboration between a company called the Knights of Unity, specializes in Unity programming, and Asmodee Digital, which has a lot of money and knows distribution and marketing for digital games.
And they are all about those digital games right now.
They are,
So many getting announced all the time.
Yes.
And we're just waiting for that Terraforming Mars one too.
Yes. That's another one of our favorite games.
Yep.
I got in early and bought Prelude, first stop.
Oh, awesome.
Terraforming Mars Prelude. Need it.
I saw a quick. I met with Asmodee Digital yesterday, and he showed me a quick. On his phone, he pulled out and showed me the Terraforming Mars app, and it looks really good.
Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
But does it look better than Scythe?
I'd say they're all on the same level, but I would.
There we go.
Feel free to use your biased opinion. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's going to be biased. I thought you were going to say, does it look better than the Terraforming Mars cardboard game?
That's obvious.
All right.
That is obviously. Yeah.
That's a clear yes.
No need to be asked.
As I have replaced almost everything in that game with something else at this point.
Yes.
And then there's another, so like now there's becoming a whole Scythe universe. There's Iron Harvest, a real-time strategy game coming out. I saw you had posted online on your blog, which you do all the time. Just sort of like, hey, I don't have anything to do with this, but this looks awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really hard for me when I first saw you post about Mission Impossible 6 Fallout that I wanted to be like, I just want to talk about that.
I haven't seen it, but I probably won't. So feel free to talk about Mission Impossible 6.
That was really good. A lot of stunts in that one. It was crazy.
How was what's his Henry mustache? Superman?
Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Cavill.
Yeah.
Yes. How was his mustache?
Oh, it was glorious and rugged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well worth the Superman issues.
Oh, yeah. I was disappointed that in the actual movie it didn't have, when he basically cocked his arms to get ready to fight, they didn't make noises like they did in the trailer.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Cool.
Did you have a favorite?
Oh yeah, go.
Did you have a favorite set piece in Mission Impossible? I thought it was a movie of set pieces.
Yes. Oh no, that's 100% what it is. I don't know, the bike, like some of the bike chases on there were really good.
And Tom Cruise just does all that himself,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Because he's a crazy person.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. The fact that he learned to pilot the helicopter, to do all those things. It's just
he learned to pilot a helicopter so he could act like he's bad at piloting a helicopter.
Well, he act like he's learning to do it on the fly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I was like, after I learned that, and I was like, that makes more sense. So. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That one was awesome. Well, yeah. It was. Yeah.
So what's next?
What's next?
We got Fenris. We got My Little Scythe.
Yeah. So the stuff that we've semi-announced that isn't secret, at least, is some Scythe products. It's not on there. Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking at the our e-newsletter, which I'm glad you get that, or maybe our website. Yeah.
Of course.
So we have two things. One is a Scythe Neoprene playmat, which is something that I never really thought to make. It isn't something that I seek out for games.
Yeah.
But enough people asked for it. Well, I was like, okay, I'll make this for you if you want it.
Are you going to make the giant matte neoprene one too?
I kind of went with a happy medium.
Okay.
It's a centimeter bigger. The hexes are a centimeter bigger than the standard mat.
Okay.
And they're a centimeter smaller than the extended.
Oh, there you go.
So a little bit in between.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then we have another Scythe product. I put out a call to Scythe fans to design their own encounter card about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and just to see what would happen. And we ended up getting, I think, around almost 500 entries of people. Like I put the art up. I said, this is the art that you can use. You can choose one piece of art and design one card. So I got 500 different entries for these.
Nice.
I went through and found, I ended up not really choosing individual entries, but more so I combined different options from different entries.
Oh, okay.
Just options that are not in Scythe encounters at all.
Right.
As much as I could, I picked stuff that was just very different. And so I am really excited about it. It's 32 new encounter cards and this big, thick promo pack of the craziest stuff that can happen in a Scythe encounter. It's not perfectly balanced. It's crazy. It'll add. It'll mix things up. There's some secrets on them, like stuff that you can't even show your opponents when you draw it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll come out in a few months too.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it will fit in the insert.
Yes. Yeah. Because it's just more cards. Yeah. There's room, as long as they put room for cards in the insert. Yeah.
Real quick, there was like a Diecast metal.
Oh, the metal Mechs.
Yes. I saw the price on those.
They're very expensive.
I remember you posted like, what's too much to? Are those currently just sort of floating around?
Oh, they're floating around in a factory being made. Yeah, they're in production. Right. Yeah, that was another thing I was hesitant about because they are more expensive. Like a set of. It's a spoiler if I say it's a one mech per faction. Okay. That's the set. One mech per faction.
Yeah.
It's a spoiler because there might be stuff in Fenris.
Right.
One mech per faction. is the cost in Metal Mechs is the cost of Scythe plus the Wind Gambit plus Invaders. Combine the cost to make all those things together is one Metal Mech per faction.
And then maybe a lot of fans would want 4.
And maybe fans want 4, yeah. So it's something that we won't.
Right.
We're going to keep the price as low as possible by selling it direct on our website.
Yes, that's good. Okay, nice.
And just to make it extra special, there's foil on the box. Each one is individually numbered so that you know you have a special numbered box.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Make people feel special for that possibly very pricey purchase.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I respect anyone who says that's not for me because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
But there's also a lot of people that are like, I'm just willing to throw all of my money.
I remember being like, I would buy that, and I saw the price. I don't know if I'll buy that.
Yeah. We were just at the Kingdom Death Monster booth, and
Oh,
we're
God.
just looking at some of those things, and we're talking to one of his friend that bought some of it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, well, CJ, you could have been crazy and bought the whole $1,666, and literally the guy right near us is like, oh, I bought that.
All right, 3 minutes of heavy Charterstone spoilers
Okay.
will follow.
Yeah.
We got to the end.
Okay.
We saw how dark things were getting.
Yeah.
You like that the nice infinite city with the wonderful king. Not so nice. Not so wonderful.
Not so infinite.
Yeah. Not as
that's true.
Yeah. I kind of got a little hint of that when you got dropped off on the airship by guards.
Oh, yeah.
At the very beginning, I was like, all right. We barely made the equal to or greater than the first mark. We had 6 and 6, and I was like, hooray! We get the not be put into martial law.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I think he's not so nice. Got to the end where you get your rebel or loyalist, and then we hit that on the dot.
We got
for equal to or less than.
Yeah.
So
Very close.
we had the haha, you can't do anything. Play one more round, and then I take one of you. And I was like, wow, that's impressively different than how I thought this game was going to go.
Yeah.
That's
So I feel that Paul lost at the end.
yes. Our friend was just annihilating us the whole.
He had 7 wins, I think.
Yeah.
Next was 3 wins. Jeff and I each had 1 win, and then one of the Automas had a win too. When their strength got up to 8.
Yes, we had an 8 as the max. It went 8, 7, 8.
It was the one time when we couldn't use the minions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Because he was playing red.
Paul was just. He was complaining the entire time. This is
Like,
so.
this sucks. You can't use minions. These rules are stupid. It's because he had all the personas that let him get like 4 victory points every time he just put a minion down on the board.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we're like, suck it up, Paul.
Yeah. And immediately the next one, he just started wrecking face, and we were like, oh man, yeah, that one time we couldn't play minions, that was so annoying.
Yeah, that must have been totally. 72 points. That's great, Paul.
So did Paul win the campaign?
Oh yeah.
Oh, won.
He won. He
He was chosen.
He was,
He got 945 points.
Yeah,
So,
I was a gentleman's 612.
yeah.
Okay.
And I was second with 812.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do
So
you know off the top of your head what kind of endgame scores people float around?
In the between 7 and 900, I think is the range that I see a lot.
that seems about right. Yeah.
There have been some games I've seen where people are yeah, you're a little outside.
Hooray!
Well, I will say, if not every game, almost every game, Jeff ended at whatever 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
1 point away from
Yeah,
One
1
point
point
away
away.
from getting the glory. Yeah.
It also didn't help that Paul got about 10 of those 12 guideposts too.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was getting every guidepost every
Yeah.
time.
And it was almost like fate, just because it'd be like, oh, we're gonna, he has a lot of these cards, and then the next thing was have a lot of these cards. And it's just like, oh man. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a billion more things that we would love to talk about,
Yeah.
but we're probably out of time.
yeah.
Yes. So thank you very much for sitting here and talking to us about everything.
Yes, thank
pleasure.
you very much.
Charterstone was fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We're waiting for our missing companion to play it, and then we'll be doing a review.
Yep.
Awesome.
And my opinion is I would like to play it again, but only at 6 players. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's fine.
of course.
Yep.
Until next time.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Punchboard Media,
where we all
bring something
to the table.
Pull up a chair
at punchboardmedia.com.